behavior generally. This modification of behavior itself maybe through a training and some experiences. Of course, learning process varies from person to person generally, because depending on the persons on their individual differences, some individuals easily modify their behavior and some individuals are not modified their behavior because on their high intellectual capacities, some of the individuals are changed. So some individuals are slow. That's why we call they are slow learners generally, because some that kind of slow learners are slowly adjusted with the situation, are low compared with the other individuals. For example, their memory and concentration is low compared to other individuals. So individual differences generally happen, are observed in many aspects of learners and their learning capacities. So here, generally, human beings quietly, distinctly differ in size, sometimes shape, appearance, the speed, reaction, and sometimes uh, innumerable other aspects of our personality. That kind of personality makeup and the behavior. So among us, generally, we have been observing so many characteristics of individual. Even sometimes among us are healthy and enthusiastic. It may be varied, so while others are weak and irritable. Like that. So here, this some are blue-eyed and black-eyed, while others have black eyes. It means, what is the concept of individual difference? All the individuals differ from each other, we know. All the individuals differ from each other. Here, no two persons are same in any respect. They differ in their physical aspects, like body shapes, structure, height, weight, color, and complexion. Sometimes mental abilities like so intellectual abilities, the attitude, aptitude, learning styles, and study habits also very different, the person to person. So individuals differ emotionally from one person to another, because the individual differences emotionally from one to another, like in anger, fear, jealousy, sometimes the helping nature, very different. Because without having their judgments or anything, you cannot be identified their characteristics also. Here, one main example in individual differences. While we writing any examinations, if we have been observing so many situations in classroom or the examination hall, different students, they act differently. They act according to their capacities, their knowledge, their own abilities. So here, those who are practicing very well, in memory, they should focus on the writing part without any disturbances and without any kind of disturbances to others. Similarly, if we observing those who are not the prepared very well, they are very critically the observing to others the writing part like this. So practice is also very important in this manner. Right. So coming to all the individuals, the individual differences differ emotionally also because other sometimes joyfulness and enjoyment also different from others. So let us understand the meaning and definitions of individual differences. So Driver, according to Driver, he says, Driver says various, according to Driver's James, he argued with the variations or deviations from the average of the group. Variations and deviations of the average of the group. This group with respect to the mental or physical characteristics of the individual member of the group. So according to this Driver James, the individual member of the group are individual differences. So another famous scientist, Woodworth, state that the individual differences are found in all psychological characteristics. According to him, the individual differences is nothing but, according to him, so all characters of the psychological well-being, psychological issues. Right. So here, what are the psychological characteristics? The mental ability, so knowledge, habits, personality, and characteristics. These are all psychological characteristics. So he focused on only psychological characteristics. It is nothing but individual differences. Woodworth says. So according to Good, C.B. Good, state that the variations or deviations among individuals in general a single characteristic of a persons. Here, the deviations among individuals is in regard to a single characteristics or number of characteristics. So it stands for those differences which in their totality distinguish one individual to another individual. Right. Then, so coming to the types of individual differences. What are the types? There are two main types of individual differences. They are inter-individual differences, then intra-individual differences. Inter-individual differences and intra-individual differences. So inter-individual differences. These inter-individual differences refer to the differences between one person to another person. It may be physical or psychological, like attitude, aptitudes, aspirations, the person's creativity, the individual personality, and individual emotions. like anger, fear, jealousy, happiness, enjoyment, etc. So these are the inter-individual differences. Sometimes social skills like easily mixing with others in the group also comes under the inter-individual differences. Then poor social skills, that is not mingling with others, the group differs from the individual to individual. The intra-individual differences. These intra-individual differences are observed within the same person. The person may react in one way in a particular situation. And the same persons may react in different ways in different another situations. So the attitudes of the same person may vary from situation to situation. It is nothing but intra-individual differences. Maybe so many factors that occurred. This kind of intra-individual differences occurring anytime and anywhere. The individual shows good performance in one subject, and the same individuals may show poor performance in another subject. That is also intra-individual differences. We know some of the students, they are very good in mathematics, but coming to the social or Hindi or some other subjects, they may very poor. Generally, quite oftenly, it will be happen. So if we test a person's performance in a stressful condition, and we test the same person performance in stress-free condition, that is also very different individual. These intra-individual differences may be occur. So also these individual differences classified into other two categories of such as inherited types of individual differences. Inherited types of individual differences and acquired types of individual differences. This inherited type means physical as well as physical, mental, and temperamental traits can be observed. Temperamental types can be observed. But in acquired type of social, cultural, educational, and emotional traits can be observed. So here, some areas of individual differences. Whatever differences or variations exist among the human beings, they may be classified into two broad categories. So namely, physical and psychological differences. Physical and psychological differences. Well, physical differences relate to the body. The psychological differences relate to the intellectual potentialities or interests or attitudes or aptitudes or emotional, etc. So what are the physical differences? We know the individual differ in height, weight, color of their skin, differences in individual. So differences in intelligence. Sometimes this individual differences. So intelligence is an important area of individual differences. There are differences in intelligence levels among different individuals. Because some people are more intelligent, some are average intelligent, and some people are having less intelligence than the average people. So we can classify the individuals from superior to normal, like 120 and above IQ is nothing but superior. Coming to idiots, it is nothing but from 0 to 50 IQ. According to the intellectual testing, they are classified into so many categories on the basis of their intelligence levels. Terman has classified people into 9 classes according to their level of intelligence. What are these? Genius, genius, near genius, near genius, very superior, then superior, average, backward, feeble-minded, dull, and idiot. So these 9 classifications according to the Terman. So classified this kind of intelligence. So sometimes the psychological differences in aptitude. So aptitude is a condition or set of characteristics regarded as symptomatic of an individual's ability, such as ability to speak language, teaching, providing music, so playing a game. Some people are more skilled into drawing and painting, while some are skilled in singing and writing. So these are all individual differ in their aptitude related to the music, poetry, so mechanical, etc. These comes under aptitude skills. And coming to attitude are different from person to person. We know the attitude. So attitude is a little thing, but it makes a bigger the way of a person's characteristics. A person's may have different attitude towards people's situation, organization, customs, and traditions. So religion and society, so different persons have different attitudes towards caste. Sometimes regionalism also differ. It may be affected on attitude. Then, while some people have more positive attitude in some aspects, other people have negative attitude in all aspects and situations. Then coming to personality. So individual differences are there in the area of personality. These individual differences from other individuals due to their personality traits. Because the personality traits can be affects their total entire psychological environment or psychological well-being. Because we know the personality characteristics may lead widely the situation to situation. So some persons are more emotional than others. They easily lose their emotional control. And some persons are more emotionally stable than others. Few people are more sociable and some because of their extrovert traits, and some are more introverts. That is, they won't mingle with others, the society. So according to gender, classified people into three groups according to their personality. So Jung classified people into three groups. One is introverts, second one is extroverts, and third one is ambiverts. Introverts, extroverts, and ambiverts according to Jung's. Then Thorndike has also classified people into four categories on the basis of thinking. Right? On the basis of thinking. So what are these? So abstract thinkers. According to the Thorndike, one is abstract thinkers, ideational thinkers. Second one is ideational thinkers. Third one is object thinkers. And fourth, thinkers in whom sensory experience is predominant. So like that, so based on these capacities, the personality may vary in individual differences. Then coming to learning individual differences. So learning styles are different from person to person. Some children easily learn the new concepts and some are not able to concentrate new or different concepts. Some people have good grasping and memory, but some have low memory. Some people show more interest on some subjects and not so much interest on some other subjects. We already discussed inter-individual differences that affects on the learning. So some students are more creative while others are less creative. So in the area of learning, individuals are different from person to person. Sometimes the inter-individual difference also happen. So coming to achievement. So it has been found that through the achievements in any kind of achievement test, that individuals differ in their achievement abilities also. These differences are very much visible in reading, writing, and in learning mathematics. These are all psychological differences. What are these? Differences in intelligence. So according to Terman, has classified in people into 9 classes in terms of intelligence matters. Terman classified into 9. Then aptitude, then attitude, then personality, then learning, then achievement. Of course, these differences are on account of the differences in the various factors. So some other factors like motor ability. This is also comes under physical as well as psychological differences. Nationality, etc. Finally, emotional differences. So individuals differ in their emotional reactions. Emotional reactions to a particular situation. Some are irritable and aggressive. And they get angry very soon. There are others who are of peaceful. Their nature was very peaceful and do not get angry easily. At a particular thing, an individual may vary in different situations. So this is the emotional differences. Like that, some gender differences also happen, we know. So according to Mike Nimmer and Thurman discovered the following some of the differences between men and women on the basis of some studies. What are the differences, gender differences? The first one, women have greater skill in memory, while men have greater motor ability, according to this Thurman and McNamara. Right? So based on this, they classified into various disorders like that. So disorders also comes under that. There is gender differences. Right. Coming to second point. So handwriting of women is superior while men excel in mathematics and logic. Here, the men are good in excel in mathematics and logic, but the handwriting women is superior. Then third point. Women show greater skill in making sensory distinctions of taste, touch, and smell, etc. While the men show greater reaction and conscious of size by illusion. This is very important. So, McNimmer and Terman discovered. Then, the fourth point, women are superior to men in languages, while men are superior in physics and chemistry. If we observe this point, so women are superior to men in languages. If we have been observing any kind of anchoring, so many the popular media channels usually the women anchoring. That's what the reason maybe. Then while men are superior in physics and chemistry, so compared to women. The generally scientists are pilots like that. And fifth point, women are better than men in mirror drawing. We are having one test in psychology, mirror drawing test. In that one, based on that, we can assess the person's learning activities, either one hand or both hands. Then faults of speech, etc. In men were found to be 3 times of such faults in women. They are very better. Then sixth point. So women are more susceptible to suggestions, while there are 3 times as many color blind men as there are women. So color blindness also. Then young girls take interest in stories of love, fairy tales, stories of school and home, and daydreaming, and show various levels in their play. On the other hand, boys take interest in stories of bravery, science, war, scouting, stories of games and sports, stories and games of occupation and skills. These are all some of the comparisons of various gender differences according to McNamara and Terman. Then, so what are the determinants of individual differences? We know the heredity and environmental factors mainly. Gender also. So heredity, environment, gender in this. So age and educational background. These are all the determinants. So here, so another individual differences among psychological the values. So according to Haralambos, a value is a belief that something is good and desirable. According to so Mukherjee, the values are socially approved desires and goals that are internalized through the process of conditioning. So some of the characteristics of values. These values can provide standards of competence and morality. They can go beyond specific situations or persons, and these are relatively permanent. Then academic achievement also very important, because the academic achievement is the extent to which a student, the researcher or institution has attained their short or long-term educational goals. Because here, attitude of the student, the motivation of the students, these are all the factors, family environment, skills and ability of the students. What are the implications of educational settings? The knowledge of the existing wide individual differences among the learners carry in different significant education implications. That may be carry the aims of education, curriculum, and method of teaching should be linked with the individual differences. So curricular, co-curricular activities and extracurricular activities should be introduced as per the interest and abilities of the individuals. These are all practical applications or implication a present scenario or the recent one. And sometimes so teacher must adopt to different methodological aspects of teaching, learning situations, and they considering individual differences only. So teachers should use specific teaching aids which attracts the children's depending on their interest and need. Then another fifth unit of this individual differences. This fifth unit deals with the special needs. Here in the special needs, we need, after completion of this unit, maybe we are able to learn the mental retardation, characteristics, and causes. And after reading this unit, so we should able to classify that kind of retardation. So individual differences are common generally. That will be happen in learning also. There are individual differences. They are writing, reading, and in understanding abilities. So children follow different methods. When these methods are proper or not, the children's learning will be so. Otherwise, problems will arise. So what are the special needs? What are the characteristics or classifications of the special needs and special education? Here, some of the important characteristics of children with special needs. The first point is they are markedly different from normal children. Their differences may be emotional, intellectual, physical, or social. These four aspects may need to vary to the others. So emotional, intellectual, then physical or social. The third character, they need special environment. They need special environment because they are not mingled with the others. In this special environment, we need to provide special teachers or special educators. Then only they may be learned. The fourth one is the special environment may be provided in the normal systems of schooling or in special school meeting with special types of needs. Then fifth one, they need more care than the normal children. Because they are very less emotional, intellectual, physical, social, according to their. So finally, their educational needs is more expensive. This is the characteristic of the special needs. Then classification. So according to American Association of Mental Deficiency, AAMD, according to American Association of Mental Deficiency, AAMD, and different scientists are given information about the classification of children with special needs. So what are the classifications? They mainly divided into three categories. Previously, the books knowledge, they used the physically handicapped. Now it was changed, the physically disabled. The first one is physically disabled. Then second one is mental deficiency. Now it will be changed as intelligence deficiency. Then third one is other deficiencies. What are the physically disabled or physically handicapped or physically challenged? In this type, the locomotor, then multiple physical diseases, then sensory, like that. In the sensory, vision, hearing, and dumb. Then coming to second category, intellectual deficiency or intellectual impairment. Here, two categories are available. The intellectual very superior, that is gifted or genius or creative people. These three peoples are also comes under the special needs. And the intellectually very low challenge, like that mild, moderate, severe, and profound. These are all four. So intellectual deficiency comes under main in this one two categories: intellectually superior and intellectually challenged. Intellectually superior is nothing but gifted, genius, and creative people. And intellectually challenged means mild, moderate, severe, and profound. Then other different deficiencies. What are the other? The third category, so socially disadvantaged, delinquents, emotionally disturbed based on the situation or based on the trauma or based on the condition. Then the learning disabled or learning impairment. So other different deficiencies are four categories. Socially disadvantaged, like for example, those who are having they don't have the economical and as well as attachment oriented, like those who are missed father and mother, like the orphans, other backward, disadvantaged people, like that. Then delinquents, emotionally disturbed, and learning disorder. So education, which is given to special needs children, is defined as special education. The needs of the physically, mentally, of the challenged children does not meet in the regular classrooms. So they need a special environment for learning. According to Tansley and Guilford, due to lack of ability, due to lack of ability, or other circumstances, children need a special education training to be made available in the academic normal schools. Is known as special education. So special education is carried or conducted outside of the regular schools, or it is usually run by special schools. Because that curriculum is flexible to meet the special needs of the children. Their timetable and examinations are designed specially to the facilitate better learning. Because their education or system is child-centered. It is made sure that every child is treated with respect. So importance is given in special education to organize the meaningful learning. So activities for the special children. So here we need to discuss about the definition of intellectual retardation or mental retardation. So according to American Association of on Mental Deficiency, this mental retardation refers to significantly sub-average general intellectual functioning. It is nothing but intellectual disability. Previously, we used that term mental retardation. Now we are using intellectual retardation or intellectual disability. What are the characteristics or causes or classification of the retardation? So, the generally characteristics lack of concentration and memory problems, low intellectual abilities and grasping power, low learning abilities and retention power compared to other normal children. So late in rolling over, late in sitting, late in crawling, late in walking, like that. So talking late or having trouble with talking. Then slow to master things like poetry training, so dressing and feeding himself or herself. Sometimes difficulty in remembering things and difficulty with problem solving or logical thinking. Because sometimes inability to connect actions with consequences and behavioral problem. What are the causes? Above are the symptoms or characteristics. The causes can be biological and environmental. Disorders like Down syndrome, trisomy, monosomy, etc. are biological, while the environmental causes include maternal infections during pregnancy and maternal exposure to various drugs. So mother abusing substance such as alcohol during pregnancy, like that. Then certain psychological conditions, the problem involving caregiving, low socioeconomic state, the maternal exposure to the environmental chemicals, the severe health problems of mother during pregnancy, and other prenatal, natal, postnatal factors. So according to the scientists, retardation classifies into 4 categories. The mild retardation, it is nothing but IQ level 50 to 69. Then moderate mental retardation, 35 to 49. Then severe retardation, 20 to 34. Then profound retardation below 20. So below 20 is the profound, 20 to 34, the severe retardation, then 35 to 49, so moderate retardation, then 50 to 69, mild retardation. So above 70, 70 to 90, the average, the normal people having the intelligence. There are so many symptoms. Okay, so with this, we can conclude. Today we were discussing about the individual differences. The various scientists focus various ways, psychological and physical differences. Then coming to the fifth unit, the special needs. So these comes under the unit 5. So upcoming classes, we need to discuss about these. Unit 4 and 5 belongs to the educational psychology, that is elective A. So upcoming classes, we need to discuss about the unit 6 and 7. Okay, with this, we can stop here. So thank you.